I'm Al McGee with YATicket.com. This movie we're going to talk about right now is a romantic comedy, and it's called Fly Me to the Moon. Man, it stars Scarlett Johansson. I still love looking at her. And Shannon Tatum. Well, I like watching him on the screen too. Also,
Well, you know what? The ladies like looking at him. So basically, it's a great date night film to start.
exactly. You're right about that. Well, I'll tell you a little bit about the story. This is 1969. Well, they're getting ready to go to the moon for the first time. But this mysterious guy, he's an official, played by Woody Harrelson. He recruits Kelly Jones, played by Scarlett Johansson, to mount a PR campaign for NASA because they want people to think about NASA. And you know, I was a young teenager at the time when this happened, and that's all I thought about. I knew other things was going on in the world of Vietnam War, assassinations, segregation, racism, but I was excited about this moon launch. But anyway, so that's basically how this movie got started, and that's what it's all about. So, what do you think about this film, Stephen?
Well, I kind of went in with not high expectations, but not low expectations either. I'm like, okay, this movie might be good. But man, Al, this movie is like one of those beautiful, with all the summer movies of superhero films and sequels and so on. This was a real original diamond in the rough movie. I laughed a lot. They made really good characters. They really are fleshed out. There's a lot besides the comedy. There is drama involved in it too. And it's a great original idea because there's always that little conspiracy theory on how the moon launch, the moon landing was all fixed and on a stage, so they sort of took that idea and sort of ran with it, saying, hey, that this was really just a backup plan they had. So I had a great time with this movie, Al. It's like right now it's my favorite film of 2024.
What? You kidding me?
Yep.
Well, I'm going to agree with you. I had fun with this film too because I had very low expectations about this film. It's another romantic comedy. But again, I like what they did with this. I like what they did with the moon launching and things like that, landing, and the people who work for NASA and things like that. I really enjoyed this film. I really enjoyed the acting. I was really surprised by Tatum, how he really took this. Remember, he's a supervisor. He's he's a director of the NASA program. He's the launch director of this, and that's a very serious job. And he played it in a very good way in this film. Of course, Scarlett Johansson's character, Kelly Jones, she really played this role very well. It was very believable to me with this film, and I really enjoyed watching this film too. And so they really incorporated very much in this film to have you to continue to watch this film. And you realize this film was 2 hours long?
Yeah, a little over 2 hours. And you know what? It didn't seem that long. It's one of those good movies where it just slips along. You get introduced to each character. They're fun to learn about. I mean, they said Channing Tatum, who doesn't really get a lot of props for his acting skills, but here he brought it. He kind of hit a new level here that really showed some chops on his part. Scarlett Johansson's always actually been a solid actress, but Channing Tatum really showed me something. And this guy Greg Berlanti, who did the directing, he did Dear Simon a couple years ago, but he showed I wasn't sure about him either, but he really delivered and developed a solid story, a great script that flowed. Like I said, now this was a real delight. I think this this is a movie for like almost all audiences. Maybe not too much for something you bring your kids to. It's not like a family film. There's plenty of choices for them right now, anyway.
Right.
But I think for adults, especially older adults, I think this is a great movie to see this summer. Amongst hopefully it does not get lost. I think actually word of mouth will get out on this one, and
It
well.
should. It should.
And who knows? By the end of the year, it might even get some Oscar consideration. That's a little early for
Well,
that.
I don't know.
But,
I don't know about all that, but we'll see what happens with that. But getting back to the director, yeah, I'm surprised. When I saw Greg Valente's name on this too, I was, I said, well, why did they pick him? Because he's done some things and done a lot of television, but he did a very good job. But I think the script writer Rose Gilmore was the one who really did a great job with this. Incorporating, with the screenplay and everything went on. But I'm telling you this too, man. I'm going to admit I got very nostalgic about it because, at that time I was a guy who loved the success of NASA and also Apollo 11, 10, and John Glenn going up into space, and also excited about the Russians too. But you never know what they're doing. Was it a threat to us and things like that? But I was very excited about it. In fact, I remember when I watched the moon landing on TV. I mean, I was at home with my siblings, but I still remember that, man. I remember that to this day. And that really, it brought back so much to me when they incorporated this
I agree.
this style.
I wasn't alive yet myself, but I do remember watching this movie and think I can see how they really captured what that moment must have been like for the nation. How they really, really captured how this launch was, how watching the people on this moon landing was. And I really thought they captured what that must have been like for the people who watched it live. So yeah, I thought that was like also well done among everything else that happened in this movie.
Like I said, I got very nostalgic about it, or I had feelings about it, and when they talked about that too, and I like the way how they portrayed Florida too, Cocoa Beach. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was accurate. That was accurate.
Yeah. So they really did a lot with this, and you mentioned earlier, it might get lost in the movies. I don't know. These are two big name actors. Scarlett Johansson. She hasn't done anything in a while, but she's still a big time actress. And Shannon Tatum, he's a big time actor too. His films make money, and so I think it will not get lost because they are in this film.
Now, star powers, definitely star power help it. I think, I hope it doesn't. I think audiences will. I think audiences will find it. It might actually do really well at the box office. I surely hope it does. It'd be great to see the studio take a chance on an original movie like this and get rewarded. I don't want them to, say, "Oh, we can't do anything original. We just got to do another Quiet Place movie, another Despicable Me movie, another, whatever horror sequel." So I hope that people do see the value of making an original film and that they can make money and be profitable.
And you're absolutely right. I'm glad you mentioned that this is an original film because everything else out right now, sequels. That's what they are, or prequel. That's what they are right now. That's out right now. Nothing original. So I'm glad you mentioned that this is an original film. Well, speaking of that, MovieNight.net, would you rate this?
I'm going all the way, Al. 4 swords out of 4.
What? Well, I'm going 3 out of 3 palm trees out of 4 palm trees. And just a couple of things in the script that I said, oh, they could have left that out. But no film is perfect. But I'm going 3 palm trees out because I really enjoyed this. And it put a smile on my face. I had fun watching it. I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the actors. I enjoyed the writing. I enjoyed the directing. And also, there's I really enjoyed Jim Rash too, as a director in this film. I really enjoyed him, man.
No, there's a lot of good supporting characters. Ray Romano's in it. He's got a good part. So there's a lot of the supporting cast throughout the whole film was all really top notch. I enjoyed everybody in it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, MovieNight.net, Stephen Leibowitz, for taking time with me, Al McGee, here at WhyYouTicket.com, where we review Fly Me to the Moon. Oh, and I got to say one thing about this film, too. The music in it was great.
That was good, too.
I just want to mention that.
So, yep,
I want to really mention that.
Into it well, too, yes.
It
great.
Sure did. All right. Well, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. Have a great day and go see some more movies.
Yes.
Thank you.
This is your entertainment ticket. Latest and greatest movie reviews and interviews. This is